Welcome to the Talking to God channel.
Have you ever felt betrayed or wronged to the point where you thought the only way out was to confront that person directly? Get ready to discover how to defeat your enemy without lifting a finger, without falling into emotional traps, and most importantly, without losing your inner peace. In this video, you will uncover 4 paths that not only protect your inner peace, but also completely transform the way you deal with your adversaries. Think about the last time someone tried to hurt you. The desire for revenge might be a natural reaction, but what if I told you there's a much more powerful way to overcome your enemies without having to face them directly? Padre Pio, a saint known for his deep spiritual connection, revealed 4 surprising ways to defeat those who do us harm without falling into the cycle of violence and hatred. And the most amazing part, the 3rd path, is so impactful that once you know it, you'll never see the world the same way again. Welcome to the channel, the place where prayer transforms lives and faith renews the heart. Join us and find peace, hope, and strength through the connection with the Father. How did you react? Did you respond with anger, or were you able to stay calm? What we're sharing here goes far beyond simple tips. These are deeply spiritual teachings that can free you from the burden of revenge and put you in a position of true victory. But don't think we're talking about easy or quick solutions. What Padre Pio teaches requires courage, discipline, and faith. And believe me, when we get to the 3rd path, you'll see that it has the power to change everything. Yes, the 3rd path is the most important of all and is capable of disarming any enemy, no matter how strong or cruel they are. If you want to know what it is, keep watching, because what you'll learn here can transform your life. If you're tired of conflicts that seem to never end, this video is for you. Let's dive into Padre Pio's teachings and learn how these 4 ways can bring not only peace, but true victory over any adversity. First way, the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful weapons that Padre Pio teaches us to overcome an enemy. But it is not a simple act, nor something that happens on the surface. True forgiveness is a deep process of inner liberation, where the main transformation happens within us. When you forgive, you're not benefiting your enemy, but yourself. By forgiving, you free yourself from the chains of hatred, anger, and the desire for revenge, making room for peace and serenity in your life. The most amazing thing about forgiveness is that it completely nullifies the power your enemy has over you. As long as you hold on to resentment, you are the one who is trapped. By forgiving, you take control of your own soul, allowing the other person to remain stuck in the cycle of negativity they created. Let me tell you a true story. Imagine Marta, a woman who was betrayed by a close friend in an important business deal. For years, Marta carried this resentment, which affected not only her relationships but also her health. She lived with anger and pain. One day, after reflecting on the power of forgiveness, she decided to release all the hatred she had been holding on to. She never spoke to her friend again, but when she forgave her, in her heart, she felt a lightness she had never experienced before. Her health improved, her mind cleared, and months later, she had new, much better business opportunities. Forgiveness transformed Marta's life, and this change can happen to any of us if we are willing to release the weight of resentment. Second way, prayer as defense. The second powerful way that Padre Pio teaches us to defeat our enemies without resorting to confrontation is through prayer. In the material world, we often think that physical strength or harsh words are our best defenses. But the spiritual perspective is different. For Padre Pio, prayer is the true fortress that protects the soul from any attack. It not only protects but also transforms, both the one who prays and those we pray for. When we pray, we hand over our problems, our anger, and our battles into God's hands, saying, "Lord, I trust you to handle this situation in the best way." This takes the burden off our shoulders and places the solution in the hands of a greater force, one that sees beyond what we can perceive. Often prayer not only changes our perspective, but also touches the heart of those who have wronged us, transforming a conflict-ridden environment into one of reconciliation. Padre Pio was a great advocate of the idea that prayer can achieve the impossible. He would say that prayer is the greatest weapon we have. It is the key to the heart of God. A powerful example of this was Padre Pio himself, who on several occasions faced persecution and unjust accusations. Instead of responding with anger, he sought refuge in prayer, even praying for those who attacked him. Over time, many of those who criticized him changed their attitude or withdrew. Have you ever tried praying for someone who hurt you? It might seem strange, but it is precisely at this point that we break the cycle of negativity and allow something greater to come into play. Prayer protects us internally, shielding our spirit from harm, while also planting seeds of change in the hearts of those who have wronged us. Third way, the importance of humility. The third way that Padre Pio teaches us to defeat our enemies without fighting is humility. Often mistaken for weakness, humility is actually a tremendous spiritual strength. Being humble in the face of those who harm us is an act of great courage and wisdom. It's not about allowing others to take advantage of you, but rather adopting an attitude of serenity and emotional control. Humility disarms those who attack us, surprising them and breaking the cycle of negativity. When we are humble, true transformation happens within us and in our surroundings. Padre Pio faced countless attacks throughout his life, but always remained humble, trusting that God's justice would prevail. Fourth way, let God judge. Finally, the most challenging way is to trust in God's justice. Padre Pio teaches us that by leaving judgment and vengeance in God's hands, we find a peace that no retaliation can bring. Letting God judge means letting go of the desire to control the situation and trusting that divine justice will be served, even if it's not on our timeline. An example of this surrender was Carlos, a man who faced betrayal in business. He chose to leave justice in God's hands, and over time, he saw his former friend lose everything while he prospered. Divine justice may not be immediate, but it is infallible, and by trusting in God, Carlos found peace. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, like, and share so you don't miss our future prayers and special content. In the description link, I've shared an ebook that I acquired at a very affordable price, which has been fundamental in my journey of faith and connection with the divine. I highly recommend it for everyone seeking to strengthen their spirituality. By clicking the link below, you will also support the channel, as we are affiliates of the product. I'm leaving a card here with a suggestion for another prayer video that will certainly help you on this journey of faith and spirituality. If you want to strengthen your connection with God even more, don't miss it. These 4 ways to defeat the enemy without fighting go beyond strategies. They are paths of spiritual and personal growth. By applying them, you not only win external battles, but also achieve inner peace. Padre Pio teaches us that true victory lies in overcoming ourselves, our fears and impulsive reactions. If you are going through difficult situations where it seems like confrontation is the only way out, remember Padre Pio's lessons. With them, you will not only emerge victorious, but also find a path of peace and transformation.